typical textile. Textile for hotels, textile for hospitals, and textile for people at work. Yep, garments. 80% of the market is sales. The profit here is -5 to +5%. Here, I'm talking about rental service, the glass of water, I change the rules. We are talking about +5 to 30% profit. How can you grow? You catch the market. Simple. No, it's not so simple, but it's an idea. Think outside the box. The third part is M&A. Acquisition to consolidate the market. Eliminate competitors. Simple. Buy the competitors, pick them out of the market, buy the customers. Acquisition to expand products and services. If you have new ideas about products, here, if you're a textile company, you want to move here, don't develop it by your own. It costs you too much time. Buy one. It costs you in the first stage a lot of money, yes, but in the long run, it's cheaper. Acquisition to expand customer segments, or acquisition to expand in new markets. And I divided these three parts in, you remember the grow tree? This is the organic growth, this is the inorganic growth. Beside financial topics, the valuation of the company is directed, linked to growth. A company who has no growth, why should you buy it? Why should you buy a company who has no potential to grow? Because they have done in the past some profit, then you have to ask you, did you buy the past or did you buy the future? You only buy the future. And if you have no potential for future to grow, there's no value. Yes, some private equity company will say yes, but there's some ground, there are some buildings, there's something. Yes, of course. All together, the trend analysis, segmentation, then we have done the customer visit, the cross-check interviews, and the people was amazed. The customer asked, please come again to talk with me. The people were shocked. Never a customer asked me, please come again. Because you know the market, you know the trends, you are a high-level person. You are an expert of the industry, and I'm happy, I as a customer, as a general manager, I'm happy to see in front of me an expert. It's always interesting to talk with an expert. And then we said, okay, what is the conclusion? And then from all conclusions, you remember the one-pager management proposal? We had 85 proposals. 85 proposals to the CEO to change something, to do something. If we would have done a business plan, 85 business plans, it's impossible to read. But what we have done, we put on the wall all 85 management proposals, was standing in front and say, wow, 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 this is connected to this and this and that. And then we say, okay, we select the 5 best ones. And now, the 5 best ones, just now it's implemented. But writing a business plan would be not possible. Now they write a business plan on the 5.
Belgium, Netherlands and Luxembourg.
Absolutely right.
Perfect. And by the way, we call it as German Benelux. If you talk about a Dutch guy, Netherlands guy, they never say Benelux. Because these 3 countries, for us, they are very small countries. Very, very small. And for us, it's one region. But total different cultures. Total different cultures. Some pictures to explain you. Here we are talking about healthcare. It's 81% of the company. We have HoReCa, hotel, restaurant and catering. It's 14%. And bottom line is the industry sector. We have 6%. This is typical industry. Or you have people that work in the food industry or whatever who use garments. The company was growing at help They start, let's say, 10 years ago with the CEO's father's company was, let's say, 10 million turnover, no, 5 million turnover 10 years ago. Now they have 118 million and 2,000 employees. Mostly driven by mergers and acquisition. Here was the time of acquisition and integration, but at the same time, now they start with optimization and here with organic growth. Again, without organic growth, everything is nothing.
When you were explaining the growth that is organic and inorganic, in both the external influences and internal influences, the customers were mentioned, that is in internal influences customers, that is the employees, but it was also mentioned in internal, that is HR also, but in external it was not mentioned. So don't you think that HR plays an important role in external influences as well?
You're totally right. I forgot this point. It's one of the major. If the people are available, then you can do something. If they are not available, for example, we have also the new market for Germany is the eastern part of Europe. The education level, let's say in some people it's same, sometimes higher, sometimes less, but in the average they have not the same education. And if you go there and you expect a lot of engineers, maybe you have not the right size or the right volume of engineers. You're totally right, we should add this point.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, my question is that when companies go for mergers and acquisitions, language is not the only barrier. There are other cultural misfits. So how do companies deal with the other cultural misfits when they go for mergers and acquisitions?
I was responsible also, or I do it now, to do pre-selection or screening the market. The first what I do is go for lunch or go for dinner with the CEO. Talk with him, drink a beer or wine, maybe sometimes 2, 3 wine. Talk about everything. Then you understand the culture, because the culture is mostly driven by top-down. And if you know the top, how is the culture? That's the second step. Maybe you can have the chance to talk with the people. Talk with them. Don't make a big analysis on the books or in the internet. Talk with the people. Then you see exactly the culture. It's never 100%. We talked this morning. But if you want to reach 100%, you will never be finished. But the most mergers and acquisition, forget this part. 70% is not successful.
You, Magnus, for coming all the way from Germany, especially for our MDP. And we also very eagerly look forward to partnering with your firm, M&I Partners, in a very productive way for all years to come. And I'm sure that you will help us do a lot of mergers and acquisitions.
Thank you very much.